friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do an energy reading for water signs, sun, moon, rising. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, if you're a water sign, sun, moon, rising, this message is for you. And if you are new here, the way this works is I consciously channel the energy updates. So we've got the guides all around, and I am just repeating what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, and pulling cards. And that's how we get the messages that we need. So where do we want to begin? What do water signs, I keep wanting to say in my head Cancer signs because we're in Cancer season as I record this. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What do we need to know right now? So what they keep saying is this is about learning to go with the flow. And so a big thing that is being brought up for you right now is, where am I still attached to how something is going to turn out, or wanting somebody to meet an expectation I have of them. So tuning into, what is it that you are looking for from someone or something in your life, and where are we trying to, how do you want me to say that? So I have an idea of how I want this relationship to look or this situation to be, and I'm trying to get what's already in my field to fit my expectation. That's what you really want to be paying attention to. And so, because we want to look at noticing where I am projecting or putting expectations on other people or other things, and is that really fair, and where does that come from, and why do I have those expectations to begin with? Because a lot of that is from conditioning. And this is about opening up our energy to really allow the universe to take us to places that we're meant to go without so much effort. And the way that we often, the reason why we don't live our joy is because we're in the way. We're in the way of it. We're letting our ego drive the car. And this is really about you learning surrender and learning to allow the pieces to just fall where they may. And so instead of trying to get somebody to show up a different way or trying to get somebody to be a certain thing, it's like, I'm just going to show up as the version of me that I want to be in my life. And I'm going to allow the truth to be unveiled. I'm going to allow the truth to be revealed, and I'm going to allow other people to show me who they really are and how they want to show up in this dynamic. But it first requires you to show up as that version of yourself first, instead of trying to force somebody to be that thing for you. The example I'm going to give is, this happens with jobs for sure, and dating all the time, where people are manifesting something too specific. And so when they're setting their intention, nothing's coming in because what they're desiring is not actually in their highest alignment. And so if you're like, oh, I have a crush on Joey and I want Joey to be my husband, and you're like, I'm manifesting Joey as my husband. What if Joey is not the most aligned husband for you? Versus I'm looking for a partner who makes me feel this way, right? Or I've had this conversation with twin flames a lot. People are like, I'm manifesting my twin flame. And I'm like, is that what you want there? Or do you want your divine life partner? Because they're different. Or I'm manifesting a soulmate. Or your soulmate could be your best friend. They could be your parent. They could be your sibling. They could be your coworker. It's like, let's get clear on what we actually want, and where we accidentally trying to manifest something that's not in our highest alignment or not what we actually desire. Same thing with jobs. It's sometimes people will say, I want this specific job, and nothing's coming in. It's like the energy is just stuck because they're so set on, I want that job, because they're putting all these expectations and projections onto that job, but it's probably not coming in because that job's not going to make you feel the way that you really want to feel. It's not for your highest alignment. So it feels like nothing's working, but it's like, we are closing ourselves off because we are in the way, rather than allowing ourselves to really go with the flow of the universe and allowing things to be delivered to us that are better than we could have planned for, and allowing ourselves just to be taken to wherever we're meant to go, and noticing who rides the river with us. This is like everything I'm saying right now. This is for my book, Manifestation Mastery. Please check this out if you haven't already. It's about, there's a line in this book that I love. Many lines, but the one that's coming up right now is about surrender. To surrender is not to give up, but to allow yourself to be effortlessly realigned with your intention. It's one of my favorite lines in the book, because it's about shifting our perception of surrender, because it's not giving up. It's, I'm actually just going to allow the things that are for me to flow to me. And think about in a relationship, do you really want to try and convince somebody to love you the way that you want, for example? No, the things that are for us, we don't have to convince them to meet us where we're at, right? But where we're living in fear is where we're holding on to these attachments, or we're holding on rather than let go and allow that person or thing to just flow where it's meant to be. And then you can see what's actually a vibrational match and what's not. But when we're holding on so tightly, we can't see the truth. So if I let go of all my anchors and I float up as a balloon that I am, I'm going to recognize who else is floating up with me. And it's not because I force them to be there. It's because they're just naturally a vibrational match. And that's really what you're being called to evaluate right now. It's like, where am I not allowing myself to go with the flow of the universe? Where am I not allowing the universe to just take me down the river? Where am I still holding on because of fear, because of scarcity, because of attachment? So it really is looking at attachments right now. That's the big thing for you. That's what they want you to know. Water signs. What else? You. Bigger, better things are coming your way. I feel like you're manifesting too small. You're asking too small. You're afraid to ask for more. And it's you're afraid to ask for more, so you're getting less. And then you're frustrated because you know that what you're getting is not what you really want. So then all these weird behaviors are coming out of like feeling resentment and getting upset. And it's like, this is about you really claiming, communicating what you want and stepping into that first. Oh, wow. So powerful cards. And then seeing what comes to light. Okay. A lot of love energy for you. Because this is where like you're feeling disconnected from love, when you're feeling like people aren't supporting you the way that you want to be supported, or the things in your reality like aren't supporting you as well. This could be with the universe. There's the energy of support. And like people are not supporting me in the way, or it could even be a situation, this career or this living situation is not supporting me in the way that I deserve. But do they have the capacity to? Because we can't force somebody to have the capacity to. Okay, we have the Cat card, independence, healthy boundaries. And so this is where am I not letting myself go with the flow because I'm in a pattern of codependency. Sorry, this is, let's be honest. It's rare to meet somebody that doesn't have some type of codependent energy, because even I read this somewhere and I was like, it's so true. I forget who was talking about this, but they're explaining how hyper independence is a form of codependency. I was like, yeah, kind of. This is about learning to relate differently, right? And like independence, healthy boundaries. I'm going to let myself go with the flow of my life, just allowing the universe to take me there, and I'm not attached to other people coming. If they are meant to, they're going to also flow in their river alongside me. Okay, the Merlin card. This is the first card in this deck. This is powerful. Alchemy, justice, balance. This goes back to some of the underlying resentment of like, I'm not being supported in the way that I want. And like when you let yourself go with the flow, that's how things come back into balance. That's where the universe, because the universe is always looking for harmony and equilibrium. And it's like you have been, you know that you deserve more than what you're getting right now. But because you're trying to force the things that are there to meet you there, like it's just not coming in. And when you release, allow yourself to shift and change, like allow the energy to recalibrate, because you're letting the universe just take you, you're going with the flow. Now things can come back into balance, and you're going to attract in a lot of different opportunities and people who really can support you. Like the alchemy is in the flow. The alchemy is in the release. The alchemy is in the surrender. It's noticing where you've been trying too hard, noticing where you have been trying to force something to work. And it's like, I'm just gonna, and for some of you, it's going to feel like moving away from things. For other people, it's going to feel like I'm going into it. Like, cause there's this other energy popping up. They're showing me like two different scenarios. And one is I'm trying to hold on this so hard, because I'm afraid of the unknown, and I don't want to leave everything that I know. I want this to work. And the other aspect of this, it's like the other side of the coin of I am avoiding where I kind of know I'm being taken or what's possible over there, because that's like I already know that I'm resisting it, and so I'm kind of turning away because I'm afraid to go into it. Like I'm already seeing it, and so the difference is like what you're currently seeing in your reality. And if things have been popping up already where you're like, oh my God, there's intent, like that I'm scared of that. That's out of my comfort zone. I know this, so I want to make this work, and I'm afraid to go into it. And like if I get in my little raft and I ride down the river, I'm going to plop right into that situation. Why are you already expecting it not to work out? Why are you expecting it not to be what you want? This has been the problem, because your ego is trying to tell you what you want, but what you think you want is not necessarily what your soul desires. And it's not necessarily what's going to make you feel the way you want to feel in your life. Okay. We have the spider card as well, which is about creative. So it says creative projects, but this is like being very intentional with, think about how intentional the spider is with weaving this web. Right? That beautiful thing. And it's like one step at a time. It's precision, it's focus. And so anywhere there's jumbled energy or where we're distracting ourselves with what other people are doing, we want to redirect that energy and make it about us. And it's like, what is the life I want to create? And I'm going to intentionally create my life with one choice, one step at a time, by anchoring into how does this make me feel right now versus my head. And so this is really about following your heart over your head, following your intuition, your gut, over your head, and noticing where your ego, your mind has kind of gotten ramped up. Like you're naturally so deep in the emotional space, like you're so in touch with your emotions, but what happens is sometimes because you feel other people's emotions, you don't know what's yours and what's theirs. And because you see people on such a deep soul level, it's like, that they're loved, you can see their potential, you can feel the intensity, and we can get really swept up in that rather than seeing the truth of how people are actually choosing to show up. Right? And so it kind of feels like taking a step back. And I think a lot of what, I think some of what you have thought were your genuine emotions are kind of this like a codependent, I'm feeling your energy, I'm living in the past, I'm living in nostalgia, I'm feeling into the potential of what this could be and living in that potential rather than how am I feeling right now? So when you're tuning into how you feel around a situation, is it how you're feeling based on what's going on right now, like the truth of what is, or is it how I'm feeling about getting lost in this daydream or this intensity of this potential that I'm seeing? Because that's the dance there, right? Where am I falling in love with the dream, like the dreamland? That's not actually what's going on or how somebody's showing up, right? And so that doesn't mean just like drop it. It's give people an opportunity to, from the energy of I'm unattached, I'm just going to see how you show up, versus trying to get someone to do something differently, right? But this is about you weaving your own life. Like you weaving your own life and you being really intentional with, every step, like these are very connected. This is about me and how I want to feel. And is this situation, this thing, this person meeting me in a way that is in my highest alignment? Or where am I compromising, settling, kind of sacrificing because of potential that could be? Something new is really on its way. And this is where these are love opportunities of all sorts. If you are manifesting a partner, I think that, whoever you're holding on, there needs to be closure of whatever's going on right now. You got to release the attachment. So if you don't have a partner, I feel like you've been focusing too much on somebody who's really not showing up for you. And it's release it and move forward and focus on you and how you want to feel. And if they're meant to be with you, they're going to feel you shift your energy and pull away and be like, wait, and they'll come back around. And if they don't, then they weren't really meant to be in your life. If they, you know what I mean? So we're going to have to move forward. And there's somebody who really can show up for you in the way that you want. You don't have to train somebody to show up for you in the way that you deserve. If you are in a relationship and you're feeling disconnected from this energy of love, it's where are you kind of caught up in what you think they should be doing or how you think they should be, and let's just release that for a second. Let them be them. And again, you decide, how do I want to feel in this relationship? What are the things that I want in this relationship? And am I doing those? Am I showing up in that way? Am I initiating in that way? Or am I just kind of complaining and getting upset at the other person? You have to show up in that way first and then see how they calibrate and if they can. So there's that. And that will also apply with friendships as well. The same kind of, energetic dynamics. But this is about recognizing, where did I get so caught up in the potential? And you feel so deeply. You feel so deeply. I know. I know. That's your gift. That is your gift. And we can see somebody's essence as love, and also recognizing how they're showing up for us here. And not everybody chooses to act from that. So, you know, it's not fair. Like, that doesn't even feel good when somebody keeps trying to push on you, like, why aren't you showing up this way? You're not enough. Like, that's the energy it feels like. And you're trying to be helpful. But it's actually just a form of attachment. So this is about realizing, like, where am I attached? And can I allow... They're saying one card from this, and I'm going to wrap up. Can I allow people to just show me their true colors? Disruption, movement, movement, and sadness. It's okay if there's a grieving process. It's okay if there's a grieving process. And I think that in there, some of that grief, and we have rest that just literally fell out. Rest. It's okay if there's grief through change. And I think that's part of why, you know, you hold on, right? Because it is already anticipating if I just let go and see what happens, feeling like, am I going to lose this person? And I'm already anticipating that loss. But if they're only there because we're forcing them to, they're not really there, you know? I think it's ready. It's time for an old chapter to close. And this is an energetic chapter. Once you close that old energy and you step into, this is how I'm going to move forward in my relationships in my life. Now we can attract in or reconfigure, you know, current relationships. But we're going to attract in or shift dynamics so they are really in full alignment, and let that river take you. So challenge yourself. What if I just allowed myself to be fully in surrender, to be fully in rest, like rest energy, and allow the universe to deliver to me, and just I'm resting on my floaty. I'm just letting the river take me wherever I need to go. That is the energy for you to step into. All right, that is what I have for you. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. If this resonated, leave a comment below and let me know what you think and how you're feeling. And hit the thumbs up button if you have not already. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am sending you so much love, and I will see you in a future video.